What going on, everybody? Welcome to BucosLocker. Subscribe to the channel, like the channel, share all the videos. Don't forget to hit the notification bell icon to notify you on all new videos that's posted on this channel. Shout out to all the Pirates and Sea Bandits. Welcome. Long time no see. Long time no talk. Y'all thought I was done? Y'all thought I was, what? I know y'all think I was dumb. Y'all come on in here to this locker room real quick. Let me holler at y'all for a little bit on this Easter Sunday. You feel me? You feel me? Come on now. I see you coming in. Surprise. Motherfuckers. I bought some fries. Anyway. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. Happy Easter. I had to drop a video on Easter Sunday. You know, it just felt right. It felt right. Bucket with your girl. What's up, baby girl? Long time no talk. Doing this live stream on the road right now. So I'm driving. Live streaming on the road for the first time, you know. Happy Easter. Happy Easter to you, Malcolm. You wish. Happy Easter, man. Cody, happy Easter to you. Bucs fanatic, happy Easter to you. Mopar Buck, happy Easter, man. Matt DiFlormente. Did I get that right? Matt DiFlormente. Happy Easter to you. Matt been around for a minute. Happy Easter, Bucket with your girl. Hillsborough 813, happy Easter to you. Daniel Berry Sports Highlights, happy Easter to you, my man. You feel me? Steven Quintana. Quinceañera. Happy Easter to you. It sounds like it's raining. Nah, that's just the wind. You know, I'm going pretty fast. I'm riding pretty fast. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going about 80 on 10. You know what I'm saying? 80 on 10. 80 on 10. Now it's not raining. It's the weather is true. The weather is terrific right now. You know what I'm saying? Aaron Amos. Happy Easter to you, man. You know what I'm saying? Where I'm at, I'm in an undisclosed location. Bucs 315. What's up, man? Happy Easter to you. As you can see in today's hashtag and today's topics, happy Easter. I want to get that out to everybody. I'm trying to say happy Easter to everybody that comes in. Draft class. Hashtag optimism. Optimism, right? Fire the cannons. Go Bucs. Happy Easter to you. My truck it's pretty loud. It's not loud, but it's loud enough. It's not one of them quiet trucks. It has a Flowmasters. I'm gonna say that, you know. Got the pipes cut off. I still got my cats though. I still got my Cadillac converters. But the pipes are cut back underneath the truck. What's up, Roy? Happy Easter to you. So my truck does sound a little loud. Might be a little noise in the background, but is it bothering y'all? Is it too much? Do I need to cut it up? Do I need to turn up? Am I crispy enough? Man, you know what I'm saying? You could, like, those of you that's into trucks and working on cars and stuff like that, you know, I am versatile, so I do work on my trucks and all that. If you into Flowmasters, Flowtex, as far as like the exhaust systems and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? Or you got duals? You got dualies? Yeah, dualies, man, it's a man thing, right? I never seen a woman with dually truck. Never seen that. I don't know any woman with a dualies on her truck. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, today I had to work on my truck today. One of my other trucks. I got a OBS 98 Chevy Tahoe. I'm kind of doing like a mini restore, and I'm working on the dashboard. The dashboard is cracked up, and I bought a dash cover, a dash skin. I ordered it. The company name is Dash Skin, and I ordered that. I replaced I did my Silverado like that. Put a dash can over it, and for whatever reasons, the manufacturers of these trucks, especially Chevy trucks, when they made these dashboards, they can't withstand heat. And then living in the South, if you're living in the South, you always got sun beaming on you. And for whatever reason, they made these dashboards so brittle and so weak against extreme sunlight. And when you don't have I guess you could say when you don't have a windshield cover to block the sun, and if you don't keep it in the shade or something like that, your dash will start cracking. And once it starts cracking, then all of a sudden it starts falling apart, becomes brittle, very brittle, especially with these older trucks. So the new company, they made some dash skins to cover your original dash to make it look better. Cause man, my Silverado dash, I got a Silverado, and my dash started cracking, so I had jumped on that early. Now my Tahoe, my OBS 98, the box Tahoe that everybody want, that dashboard was done. So Big Bucs, what's up, man? Happy Easter to you. You got Fluid Master Soup. Oh, you got Super 10s? You should have did the 40 or the 44s, man. Hillsbury 813. Why you did? It's so loud with yours, man. You could have did the Super 44 or the 40s. But yeah. So I'm prepping on that. I did my Silverado with my daughter. So we did that together. That was my first time doing that, so it came out pretty cool. But anyway, enough of that. You a handshaker. Rumble Pack. So today's conversation, let's talk a little bit of football. Enough of that. I could go a lot. I could talk about trucks and cars all day, but we're not gonna do that. Right? We're not gonna do that. Draft class. The draft is coming up. I got to start dropping some videos about some prospects, O-line, D-line, start with them first, like I did last year. And, have a little optimism about this draft class. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm going to be a little optimism, a little optimistic. So, I'm hoping this draft class, I believe this draft class is going to be really good. Will it really happen? I don't know, but I'm just being optimistic. A little optimism, right? I'm not really big on that, but I think this is a very important draft class, being that the Bucs brought everybody back, running it back again pretty much for the most part, outside of Devin White and Carlton Davis, and a couple of sprinkle guys that really don't make a big difference. A little nervous about running it back again. No upgrades, really no major upgrades. I guess they consider upgrades pretty much bringing people back. They consider that upgrade. I don't like the idea of that being an upgrade. Watching all these other teams, make moves. Whether they work or not, they're doing something to get better. And the Bucs, for whatever reason, I just don't see them getting better in free agency. Like I told y'all before, after free agency, the Bucs are the same team. And I know some of you gonna say, "Oh, no Carlton Davis, no Devin White." We pretty much played half of the year without both of them. You know what I'm saying? So they didn't make no big difference when they was gone, right? So, like I told y'all before, after free agency, the Bucs are the same. They're banking on the draft class. They're banking on their draft class. They are banking. They're putting their chips into this 2024 draft class. And I don't, I understand, but it's just a little frustrating, but also head scratching, even the top teams are making moves. That's what you're supposed to do. You're never supposed to remain the same. You always make adjustments. And there was a lot of good people that were available. I'm not saying that the Bucs could have got them as far as money-wise, because the Bucs spent all their money on their own guys and very important pieces, right? Winfield Jr., the franchise tag, that's $17 million cap hit right away, unless they cash out a deal, which will free them up some cap space. You do some signing bonus, right, and lower your cap hit. But if that was the case, they should have did that before free agency. You should have signed Winfield Jr., gave him his $20 million a year, and had some money to play with as far as cap space. And you could have went after a couple of guys, maybe a pass rusher, maybe another, you know what I'm saying? And for whatever reason, the Bucs just stayed back and they said, well, we're just going to rely on the draft class. And last year, the Bucs had 13 rookies on the roster. So, as much as the Bucs fans don't want to admit it, but it was kind of a slow, like a low-key rebuild. The Bucs were an old team prior to last year. And Ballard Sports Media, happy Easter to you, man. I think the Bucs low-key did a rebuild. But it worked out. It worked out to the point where it didn't look like a rebuild. But when you have 13 people that are rookies, undrafted or drafted, that made your roster, that's a rebuild. No matter how you cut the cake, it's a rebuild. It's a low-key rebuild, but the reason why it didn't look like a rebuild because we won 9 games and we won a bad division. That's why it didn't look like a rebuild. But when you see teams do that, that's a rebuild. That's not a reload. That's all I understand why people was like, oh, the Bucs just reloaded. No, they didn't. They did a low-key on-the-fly rebuild. And it worked out because, for one, the division was not good. And then, two, your team was old. And then you had no cap space to do anything. So this is the second year in a row. The second, actually, if you could date back to 2022, 3 years in a row that the Bucs couldn't do anything in free agency. Really, like as far as upgrading the roster with a piece that's not old, but not too young, but good enough to make a significant impact. And you can see the results of the Bucs not being active in free agency because 17-17. You 17-17 in the last 2 years, 2022 and 2023. You won a total of 17 games. You lost 17 games. So what does that tell you? Nothing the Bucs are doing is making a major difference. And being conservative, I don't mind that, but you got to know when to strike. And as of right now, after free agency, the Bucs are literally drawing a straight line. So when you look at this draft class, you got 2 third-rounders. You got a second rounder. You got a first rounder. You got I think they don't have a fourth. I don't believe they have a fourth, but they have fifth round and sixth round and seventh round. So this draft class got to produce. And I said this 1,000 times, paraphrasing, but this draft class got to produce multiple starters. Whether it's a couple this year or eventually this draft class needs to produce 3 high-level starters. For the Bucs to make anything, for the Bucs to make sense, this draft class has to produce in the first or second year. Can't wait 3 years for no draft class to produce. The Joe Tryon, the Logan Hall, that boat has passed. You got to draft people to replace them. You can't wait on Logan Hall. You can't wait on Joe Tryon. Oh, well, we already drafted that in 2020 and 2021, so we're not going to draft that position. Yes, you do. If that person's not producing, you keep drafting that position. And it's no offense to Joe Tryon Soinka and Logan Hall, but you can't wait on them. They did a good job with Yaya Diaby and Kalijah Clancy. They replaced both of those guys with 2 rookies. And unfortunately, they can't be finished with the D-line. You can't be done with the D-line. There's a lot of talent on that D-line that's going to be available in 3. With 2 third-round picks, come on, man. And how the Bucs want to play this, they can play this like a violin. They can go 2 O-linemen in the first 3 rounds. right? They can go guard and center round 1 and round 2. And then round 3, double it up with D linemen. Quality D linemen too. Not no Weber State stuff. I'm talking about quality D linemen. SEC Big Ten. Like real talk. They can produce for real. They can produce a quality. The first 4 picks can be 2 O linemen, 2 D linemen, and you can put them in whatever you want to put, whatever order you want to put them in. Let's be real. We're talking about 4 guys in the trenches, and we know for years the Bucs needed help there. Even during the Super Bowl year, the next season they should have got another guy. You know, like kept going high level. And being the fact that there's going to be so many receivers coming out in the first 2 rounds, getting drafted, and so many quarterbacks flying off the board, and some good cornerbacks, some of them D linemen gonna drop. Some of them interior O linemen gonna drop. And I'm gonna be honest with you. As much as I don't want to believe this, and yeah, like I said, the objective is to be optimistic, right? Right. So let's play this scenario at pick 26, and in the second round pick and the 2 third-round picks. Let's just say one of them top-level tackles is sitting there at 26. What do the Bucs do? The Guyton kid or Fuanga, you know, one of those top tackles that can play guard, sitting right there at 26. What do you do? What do you do? If one of those top 10 tackles is there at 26, and he has a high grade, if he has a top 50 grade, do you pass up on a good tackle that can play guard? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's going to be some guys that drop right into the Bucs' lap. And they're going at 26. Here's the thing about picking at 26. It's going to be some quality guys there. Even if some of the guys the Bucs want to get is not on the board because their stock risen, you know, just risen up. Like the Powers Johnson kid, the Graham Barton kid, you know, the Wisconsin guard. If they stock rise up and they're not there at 20, by the time the Bucs picks, because you got to think about it, between 20 and 25, there's going to be a couple guys coming off that board that the Bucs going to really want, and they're not going to be able to get them. But the beauty part about it is, luckily, all these receivers and quarterbacks and tackles is coming off the board. So the interior of the O-line and D-line will be available. Now, edge rushers, there's a couple of them that we should be looking at. But I'm just saying, I know people talk about Chop Robinson and Jared Verse, but they stopped rising. And you know, pass rushers are a premium position. When you don't have a top level pass rusher, you just playing around, unless you have a elite interior defensive lineman, and we don't have that. And I know before people say, "Oh, well, we got Vita." Well, Vita is not an elite pass rusher. As strong as he is, he's not an elite pass rusher. He just overpowers people. He doesn't have any moves, spin moves, swim. He doesn't. Sometimes he'll shed you off like a rag doll, but that's not enough. I'm gonna keep saying this 1,000 times. We need a Jeffrey Simmons, Leonard Williams, the other Williams kid from the New York Jets, Geno Atkins. We got what Clark Clans is like that, but we need another guy with a higher ceiling. I'm talking about 6'3" to 6'5" that can rush inside or outside. We need that type of guy. A Christian Watkins, a Dexter Lawrence. Dexter Lawrence just as big as Vita Vea and rush. They got a better pass rushing moves. Why is he ranked higher than Vita? Dexter Lawrence. You know, come on, man. We need to get one of these guys. No more run stoppers. You know, because you got to think about it. Like Bucky, what your girl say, at cornerback, we're gonna have some problems. Whether y'all want to believe it or not, if the Bucs don't address that for one of those third-round picks, I don't know. But we got to get a cornerback too. We showed them pick one up in free agency. There was a few of them out there. So it's just so many areas that the Bucs need to address. And for a team coming off a 9-8 season, you still got a lot of questions. You still in the media eyes and a lot of platform eyes, the Bucs are still not getting the respect. And for one, it's because the division's not good. And then now the talk of the division now is the Falcons. Nobody's talking about the Bucs and Saints. They're talking about the Falcons. You want to know why? They got talent. Their defense was top 10, and their offense got 4 or 5 weapons under 25. You do math. And then got Captain Kirk Cousins, Cap Checkdown guy. Now I think his ceiling's low at this point of his career, but I mean I get it. Captain Kirk, I get it. So the talk of the town right now is the Falcons. Look, we low key right now. Low key like Thor. Bars. But at the end of the day, we can't play around this. We cannot play around with this draft class. Cannot play around with no Alex Kappas. Can't play around with Cody Mulches. Can't do that. You got to get the guy that makes sense. The guy that played against high-level quality competition. The guy that we don't have to wait on 2-3 years, like Luke Gedeke or Cody Mulch. Well, we know. We got to wait. He's showing development. Yeah, well, we want him to get like that right now. NFL is about right now. Have you noticed the trend here? After 2 years after your rookie season, like either you good or not. You got to be good in your first 2 years. If you become good in your third year, that means your ceiling is low. A lot of the top talent, they become good like right away. And then the talent that's the tier 2 talent become good in their second year. And then the tier 3 talent, yeah, you might get them in their third year, but they're not bad. But it's like, well, we have to wait 3 years for you to be good. And how does that feel to wait 3 years for a guy for results? That means you gotta wait 3 years for a guy, and then depending on if he's a first round pick, you got his 4th year, and then you got his 5th year option. And if he's a second round pick, you only got 4 years. Winfield Jr., he was good right away. See the Tristan Wirfs impact right away. That's what we need. No Cody Mulches, no Luke Gedekes, none of that. That ain't gonna do nothing for the Bucs. It's gonna keep the Bucs at 7, 8, 9 wins. That's it. That's it. You don't got time to be waiting on people, man. It's every year somebody is better than the guy you drafted. You want it to the point where when you draft somebody, like the guys that's on your team that you drafted, they're good already. So you just drafted somebody in another area. But when you got to keep doubling and tripling and back in positions, like, damn, what's going on here? Every year, somebody's better than the guy that you missed on. And this is how you know you got to know what you're doing. And Jason, he kind of lukewarm. Kalaji Clancy and Yaya Diaby, he pretty much admitted, like, Joe Tryon and Logan Hall, it ain't it. They ain't it. He low-key admitted that. Low-key Thor. Jason he like to stick out his draft. He like to stick him out. He like to stick it out and play it out. No, man. For him to go draft 2 defensive linemen in the first 3 rounds, within the first 3 rounds, back-to-back years you drafted Joe Tryon Stolinka and Logan Hall. Back-to-back years, 2021 and 2022. And then in 2023, you turn around and draft 2 guys in the first 3 rounds. What does that tell you? And then you still got questions on the D-line. Still got questions on the D-line. And this is no disrespect to Joe Tryon and Logan Hall, but they're replaceable. That's the point I'm making here. This is why the draft class is very important. And when we go through these prospects, I don't want to hear it. These guys are here to replace Tryon and Logan Hall. And they can be rotational pieces till they're off the team. Because you think Joe Tryon going to get a big contract? No. Logan Hall is on his way off the team at some point. But what separates the average GMs to the above average to the great GMs, you got to know when to say, okay, it ain't working out. I don't know what it is, but it ain't working out. And Jason Light tends to be a little He don't press hard. He be like, oh, we gonna stick it out with Devin White and OJ Howard. He done shown us too many times he'll hold on to a draft pick when he's not gonna pan out. He'll show you some flashes here and there. Like Logan Hall had a couple of moments last year. Joe Tryon had a couple of moments. It's not enough. Folks, if you want the Bucs team to be good, you cannot accept mediocre. You cannot do it. You cannot accept mediocre, especially in important positions. You cannot accept mediocre play from Joe Tryon and below average play in Logan Hall. It's not going to work. And Luke Gedeke saved his career. And he ain't out the clear yet either. I'm just saying. Because when you look around this league, you see young guys in their first or second year playing better than Logan Hall and Joe Tryon. You be like, man, what's going on with them two? Don't get mad at me, folks. Look at the tape. There were several rookies last year that were better than Logan Hall and Tryon. Rookies. Better. Just better. Just better. Some guys were drafted late rounds, like Carl Brooks. Like, what? How did Green Bay get him? But I talked about Carl Brooks from Bowling Green. He was one of them hidden gems. Like Travis Jones. I'm like, oh man, why we didn't get him? Didn't make any sense. But this is what I'm saying, folks. If you accept mediocre play in very important positions, that's on you. We're not on the same team when it comes to that. I want our guys to at least be average and above. Because a guy that's average, at least he can get you 7 sacks, 8, on the edge. Right? And to be honest with you, when you get an interior pass rushing guy, it's almost like 10 sacks. That's where you got to set your benchmark at. Go look at the top D tackles, pass rushers. 10 or more sacks. We got one guy. I'm just saying. When last time we had a 10 sack guy? Shaq Barrett, right? A couple years ago, right? That's not good. Well, the Bucs was top 10 in sacks. Yeah. Half of those sacks was blitzes. It was blitzing. Linebackers and cornerbacks. Safeties. What about the D-line? Huh? So I'm really optimistic about this. That the Bucs will draft some productive guys that can rush the passer. It's almost like you ain't got no choice. You ain't got no choice but to do that. Because if you don't, the Bucs will get 8 up quickly. And once again, the Bucs will be bottom 10 in pass defense. Well, the Bucs in the red zone look really good. Okay, cool. That's what it really matters, but you can't be ranked 32nd against the pass. You can't do that. Well, the Bucs top 5 against the run. Yeah, man, because teams keep throwing the ball on us. You want to know why? Secondary weak. That's even with Winfield Jr. Secondary still weak. Just like the O-line with Tristan Wirfs. Weak. Too weak. You're weak, and what helps the secondary is pass rush. So until the Bucs get better rushing the passer, they're going to continue to have problems in the secondary, even with Winfield Jr. And he had his moments last year too. It's like, damn. And you can't, nobody's going to get mad at Winfield Jr. because whatever, it happens. But the rest of those guys gets no slack. None of them. If you're not Winfield Jr. and you in the Bucs secondary, you get no slack at all. But if you want to help those guys out, get to the quarterback. How many times we done seen 3rd and 8s, 3rd and 9s, and 3rd and 10s? First down. Like, God dang it, man. How many times you done seen the Bucs rush 4 guys and nothing? Quarterback just patting the ball all day. First read, second read, third read, check down, 8 yards, first down. Like, what? What's going on with it? What's going on with you? It's over with. Mobile Buck voice. Over with. First down, 3rd and 13. What? Now, look, Jason Light has done a good job. He done a great job in some areas, right? But he just too lukewarm. He hits or miss. And when he misses, it's like, good Lord. Well, see, here's what's going to help the Bucs. The Bucs draft class, just like last year, right? We got to find some late round gems. You feel me? We got to find some guys in that the third, maybe get back in that 4th round, 5th round, 6th. Because now, those picks are vital too now. Because teams are starting to get starters in those rounds. It's like, damn, you know, back in the day, was used to get first round pick, guaranteed starter, 2nd round pick, borderline starter, 3rd round pick, backup, kind of a, swing player, 4th round pick, special teams. Now, in today's NFL, man, there's an opportunity to draft a starter in every round. But that's called good scouting. Now, the Bucs scouting department has kind of been lukewarm. They haven't been so great, and they haven't been so bad. Like, they scouted some good people now. They've scouted the Tristan Warrens, the Winfield Jr., the Chris Godwin. You know what I'm saying? They've been okay. They got the Clancy and the Diaby, Trey Palmer. They've done a decent job. But that's not act like they've been so great in scouting. The Christian Eisen isn't. He kind of faded away during back half of the season. Like, you didn't hear anything from him. After the first couple games, nobody was scared of Christian Eisen. No, nah, 5'7" slot guy. Nah, come on, man. Like, after the first 3 weeks, what happened to our slot guy, Christian Eisen? Ghost for the rest of the year. What did he do? Nothing. But now he's undrafted, so. But you really can't be hard on him. He did the best job he could, but that's just lack of size. Nobody's scared of our pass defense. Nobody's scared of our pass rush. When they doing the scouting report on the Bucs, you don't see, scouting reports talking about the Bucs pass rush is ferocious. The secondary is sticky. Did you see Kansas City secondary? All of them young and good. And they all been drafted in all these different rounds. Not all Kansas City secondary, not all of them 1st round picks. I love Mr. Trent McDuffie. Can the Bucs get a Trent McDuffie? Huh? I even talked about him. Trent McDuffie been on my radar for a long time. I was like, man, this dude pretty good. Oh, what do you know? He's so damn good. They had no problem letting go of Jerry Sneed. You want to know why? Jalen Watson, another late round pick. Williams, another late round pick by the Chiefs. In the secondary. Their secondary, all of them, under 25. All their young guys. Like, what are we doing here? Why can't we do that? This is the Kansas City Chiefs. They picking in the back of every round, and they're still getting guys in the secondary. That's good. Why are we not getting these type of guys? And why? And we're picking before Kansas City. And their entire secondary is 10 times better than the Bucs secondary. Why is that? See, when I talk about secondary, you talk about everybody. You don't single out one guy. Yeah, we know Antoine Winfield top 5 safety. We know that. Top 3 safety. We know that. But secondary-wise, we're not even close to Kansas City. Not even close to Green Bay secondary. They're young secondary. Or the Ravens secondary. We're not even close. Not even in the same ballpark. You know how embarrassing that is? Just saying, man. If the Bucs want to get better, they have to draft suitable talent. Enough of this nonsense. There's no excuses to not get a guy in the third round. You got 2 third-round picks. So in other words, you can get 4 guys in the top 150. Actually, you can get 4 guys in the top 100 if you play your cards right. Well, I'm gonna say top 150. You can get 4 of the top 150 prospects. How can the Bucs mess this up? Don't go veering off to Hobart College and South Dakota State. Don't go veering off. Just get the 4 of the top 150 guys. Just go get the guys. Just get the guys that make goddamn sense. So we can get a better pass rush and a better secondary. Because until the Bucs improve those areas, the Bucs are not going anywhere but mediocre. And I'm being optimistic. Did y'all know the Bucs are 1 draft class away from being not good? The Bucs are in a position that they must keep drafting good. They can't have no 2016 draft class. They can't have that. Every draft class from here on out gotta get it because the Bucs are not big spending in free agency, or they're not even spending at all, really. Outside of their guys. And then on top of that, we're not a destination that people want to go to and play. Tampa's not a destination. Like, come on, man. Let's not let the Tom Brady and his super friends fool y'all. Tampa Bay has never been a place of I gotta go there. People would rather go to Cleveland than play. In Baltimore. Yes, cities with bad weather. I mean, come on, man. In order for the Bucs to be a destination, they must start producing, like, literally all the time. Or something is stinking with the Bucs that players are not having the Bucs on their radar. What is stinking? What is so stinking about the Bucs? Stinking. The Bucs can't be that stinking. Nobody came to us and said, well, we would like to play for you guys. You got Baker Mayfield. You got Mike Evans. We want to play for you guys. Like, what are we doing here? We got 4 picks in the first 3 rounds. How in the world can you not come out at least with 2 starters? You got 4 picks in the first 3 rounds. How can you not come up with 2 starters? O-line, D-line, 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 O-line, O-line. However you want to, whatever the combination is, it must be 2 starters. And the other 2 needs to be in this draft class. I'm not saying like we might get a 5th round gem. Or a 6th round gem. But however, look, 2 starters guaranteed right away. Like when week 1 comes, starter. And however you want to put it, 1st round, 6th round, we got 2 starters. 2nd round, 3rd round, cool. But those other guys that's not starting, and the guys that's in front of them, oh, don't worry, they're gonna be starting eventually. That's the type of draft class the Bucs need to hit. It's just what it is, folks. And you can get upset all you want to, but y'all know the truth. The truth hurts. He said no quarterback. Come on, man. Don't do big man like that. Come on, Adam. I get it. You don't like Baker Mayfield. I get it, Adam. Look, I'm not a big fan of Baker Mayfield, but he's not terrible. He has limitations. The problem I have with the Baker Bros is they try to hype him up more than what he really is. I've accepted Baker Mayfield for what he is. I'm not making Baker Mayfield more than what he is and less than what he is. He's a low ceiling quarterback. High floor, low ceiling. I'm going to keep saying this. You want the Cleveland Browns Baker Mayfield, the 10-6 Baker Mayfield, with the top 5 running game, with the top 5 O-line. Huh? That's the best version of Baker Mayfield you're going to get. Because if you want last year's version, 79, 7-10, 8-9, 9-8. That's it. That's it. But if you want that 11-6, 12-5, top 5 O-line, top 5 D-line, top 5 run game, top 5 O-line, top 10 O-line. You gotta have that for Baker Mayfield. You got to have that. Because now, being that Baker Mayfield's bounced around a few times, now that team's got a full year of watching Baker Mayfield again, it's like, oh yeah, we know what to do. And you saw it a lot of times last year. Like, oh man, Baker Mayfield for a lot of he has some great games. He has some good games. But also, he had some games where the first 3 quarters was like, what is he doing? So the up and down roller coaster. We experienced that with Winston. The difference is just Winston was just more productive and more talented. Baker Mayfield is the same, up and down, up and down. He didn't throw a lot of interceptions, but he done had one too many games, 3 quarters, like, or first half nothing. Like, what? You can't play like that. You can't play 3 quarters of nothing, and then all of a sudden you want to start 4th quarter, and then we lose the game. But then here come the Baker Bros. Well, look what he did in the 4th quarter. No, man. What about the first 3? Tell the whole damn story. Or, the first half, Baker does nothing, and Dave Canales wasn't doing nothing, calling crate when they was going through that 1-6 phase. It was like, what are you doing? But then second half, here come Baker. Oh, look at Baker numbers. No. Football is 4 quarters. It's not 2 quarters. Then the Texans game, great game. Nothing. Baker played a hell of a game. Look at the Bucs defense. That, you know what? The Texans game remind me of when Winston had to put up 55 against the Rams. Baker Mayfield, they put up 36 points, 34 points against the Texans? That should have been enough to beat the Texans. Because of the Bucs defense, in particular, the secondary was terrible. It's the exact same thing that Winston had to go through. We had to put up 55 to beat the Rams. When you got to put up 55 points to beat the team, that tells you everything about your defense. Even the Seattle game, we scored 30-something points, still lost the game in overtime. What? Put up 31 against the Giants, lost on a last-second field goal. Like, putting up points, you still losing. That's defense and special teams. Baker Mayfield put up some points against the Texans. Hellified game. And you lost? Because of the defense? We've been through this roller coaster already. Yes. We went through this with Dork Cutter. We're 9-7. Went 9-7 in 2016. And in the next 2 years, 5-11, 5-11. Here come the Bucs with this 9-8 record. Let's see what these next 2 years look like. Because it's like the Dork Cutter situation. See, I told people, like, when it comes to this draft class, there can't be, shoulda, coulda, wouldas. Like, nah, man, I don't want to hear that. I'm being optimistic, man. I think this draft class is going to be really good. If they play the cards right. I'm looking at the draft board. I'm looking at the prospects in the positions of need. They're going to be right there. Right there. How the hell you going to miss this up? You got 4 picks in the first 3 rounds. That's 4 of the top 150 players. Get 4 of them. It's that simple. Matter of fact, if the Bucs really wanted to, the Bucs can field 4 positions in first 3 rounds. They can get a guard or a center. They can get a pass rusher. They can get a cornerback. And if they really wanted to, they can get another running back. In the first 4 picks. First round, second round, and 2 third rounders. You can fill 4 positions in 3 rounds. And these guys are penciled in starters right away. Come on, man. Like, are y'all with me on this? Are y'all seeing what I'm seeing when it comes to this draft class? This draft class is good. Somebody said it earlier. Nobody from the 2016 draft class is in the NFL. What did I tell you? Nobody, if I'm not mistaken, from the 2016 draft class, who is in the league and who's actually being a significant impact? See, for every time we jump up with Jason Light, we jump up and down and all this with Tristan Wirfs and Winfield Jr. Did y'all realize that 2016 draft class set the Bucs back 3 years? The 2016 draft class set the team back 3 years. Is anybody from the 2016 draft class playing in the league, not only playing, but playing significant snaps, making a significant impact. Don't worry, I'll wait. I got another hour drive. Come on, folks, talk to me. The 2016 draft class, who is in the league getting significant snaps and making a significant impact? Come on, folks, look it up. I'm driving. I can't look it up. Who was in that draft class? Vernon Hargreaves was in that draft class? Devontae Bond, I think? Something like that. Roberto Aguilar was in that draft class. Just saying, man. Who is in the league for the 2016 draft? NJ Stewart was in the draft class? Or 2017? I think 2017. I know y'all looking it up. I know y'all is. This is the point I'm trying to make with the 2016 draft class. You got to realize the significance of a draft class, especially when the team is relying on the draft class. Who fits the criteria from the 2016 draft class, getting significant snaps, making a significant impact? I'm not talking about on the team and playing special teams. I'm talking about like, oh, this dude, man, he balling out. Y'all can't come on nobody. This is what I was trying to tell y'all. These next two draft classes is very important. 2023, they hit on some picks, right? In 2024. Y'all didn't believe me when I told y'all. It's just right in front of y'all. I'm telling y'all. I'm not finna give y'all no aha moment, but I'm telling you right now, this draft class got to hit, and it will hit. It's got to hit, and it will hit. I believe in you, Jason Light. Don't do me like this now. I'm putting my eggs in one basket, and I don't like to do that with Jason Light, but I got to do it. I got to do it for Jason Light. I got to do it for Jason Light and his future with the Bucs. Because I'm tired of this hamster wheel. I don't want to do it. I'm dizzy. 17-17 the last 2 years. Record. 17-17. Where's that get you? Oh, but we got the division champions. Great. What else? We got beat by Dallas pretty bad at home, and then we beat a wounded duck in Philadelphia Eagles team, and a team that checked out. We beat them in Tampa. Of course, everybody in NFL picked y'all. Come on, man. Then we went to Detroit, and we almost beat them. So we was 2 games away from the Super Bowl. Yeah, all right, man. Almost doesn't count. The consolation prize is 17-17. Yep. And being that you won your division, you got a first place schedule in the division, which means your schedule won't be easy again. Y'all see what Dave Canales doing with the Carolina Kitty Cats? Y'all see what the Carolina Kitty Cats doing? Just saying, they try to make Dave Canales like, look, man, I know what the Bucs got. I'm gonna tell you what we gonna do. You know the Saints and Falcons give us a hard time. Even the Panthers gave us a hard time. We beat them 9-0. Carolina Kitty Cats. And if you go back and look at that game, both games, we lucky to beat them. Winfield Jr. saved the Bucs at least 2 or 3 games alone. We can't rely on that. We beat the Carolina Kitty Cats 9-0. And we was on our way to losing that game. You know, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but if the Bucs don't do nothing with this draft class, man, we're going to be stuck in a rut. And these teams are going to pass us up. You got to think about it. Teams get better every year. 5% better, 10% better, whatever it is. You got to get better every year. You can't be stuck at the same number. When you go look at the power rankings post free agency, what do you think the Bucs sitting at? They ain't in no top 10. I don't even think they're in the top 15. Some of the power rankings had the Atlanta Falcons in front of the Bucs because of the Kirk Cousins move. Now I will say this. Now Kirk Cousins is way better than Desmond Ridder, and we have problems with him. We had a scrape by Desmond Ridder. We split with Atlanta. We had a scrape by Desmond Ridder. Now we got to deal with Kirk Cousins. Who's better than Desmond Ridder? He's better. I'm just saying, folks. What do you want the Bucs to do? What do you want from the Bucs? Are you okay with mediocre? Mediocrity? Are you okay with that? Are you okay? Are you okay? Are you okay with that? Not me. When you get a taste of victory, Super Bowls, and 11-5, and 13-4 seasons, you be like, man, that's what we need to be at every year. Moving forward. I did say the Bucs can beat the Detroit Lions this year. I did say that. The Bucs have a great opportunity to beat the Detroit Lions in 2024. Only problem is Todd freaking Bowles. I'm just saying. Yes, we stayed the same, Bags Master. We stayed the same. And people jumping around, high-fiving and stuff. Yeah, we signed our own guys. Great. Congratulations. But did the Bucs get better? Like some of the post free agency grades wasn't great for the Bucs. It was like they just re-signed everybody that played with them. They didn't do no significant moves as far as making the team better. They just brought the guys back that we pretty much know what they are. We know Winfield Jr. is top 3 safety. We know that. We know what Baker Mayfield is. We know Mike Evans' consistency. We know that. We know what Levante David is. We know that. What else? Nothing. Dries the bone. Meanwhile, everybody in the division making moves, but the Bucs. What's going on here? Like, they gotta make something happen. Oh, we signed a couple of backup O-linemen and a backup cornerback, and people got hyped up about that. What? Come on, folks. Your standards can't be that low as Bucs fans. Your standards don't need to be that damn low. But we definitely stayed the same. And that's not always good. Actually, most of the time, that's not good. Unless you have an elite team, you just adding pieces, that's different. But the Bucs are nowhere near elite. Too many holes for them not to make some changes and make a difference. Your team is too flawed to sit back and be like, oh, we're just good right here. We're going to bring everybody back and that's it. No, man. Do something. Now, well, the Bucs did try. They signed Julio Jones and they signed Akeem Hicks and Chris Baker, and that didn't work out. So the freak what? Other teams miss out on free agents. That's fine. It's a part of the game. You can't be perfect all the time. Russell Gage was a bust. Julio was a bust. Okay, cool. Bounce back. Can't be afraid. And I think Jason Licht is so scary, man. He's just so scared now of free agency, man. He's just so scary now. And then he can't sell the Bucs to nobody. What top free agent is going to come to the Bucs? You can't sell the Bucs to nobody. Bounce back. You got to bounce it back. Can't be scared, Jason Licht. Get better. Now, you look at the free agent market right now, you ain't getting nobody good. And you definitely ain't finna get Justin Simmons or Xavier Howard. You ain't finna get them. They're not coming to the Bucs. You can cancel Christmas. Justin Simmons feel good. Guess what? He ain't knocking down the Bucs though. You know how many options he can go to that's better than the Bucs? And they even have both of those guys. They're trying to go somewhere like contenders, and the Bucs are not contenders. Bounce back. Oh, Michael Penix ran a 4.6 in the 40. Some people had him clocked at 4.5 something, but he ran a 4.6, and he threw a ball 82 yards. I said that if he's there at 26, I'm gonna keep saying this. What do you do? What would you do for a Klondike ball? What would you do for a Klondike bar? There's a couple tight ends that's pretty good. I think the Bucs can address that position too. There's some tight ends like after Brock Bowers. I know people ain't hyped up about tight ends, but I'm gonna tell you right now, there's a couple tight ends I wouldn't mind the Bucs taking a look at. Yeah, I love me some Trey Benson. I like Trey Benson. Way more explosive than Rashad White. Running the ball, man, he's way better. I'm gonna keep saying this. Unless you get a really good guy, like a top level guy, like every year there's gonna be somebody better than the guy that you already got, that you're gonna be in the position to draft. And I'm not saying Rashad White. Rashad White is not. He's good. Rashad White, don't get me wrong, he's good. I think he's a top level third down back. But when it comes to running that thing, bro, you okay there, man? You a good change of pace back. You know, you want to be Le'Veon Bell so bad. Hit the hole. Stop dancing. Yeah, we need to draft cornerback. And no, I'm telling y'all, there's so many scenarios. There's so many things the Bucs can do at 26. Kool-Aid McKinstry. You feel me? Max Milton. I like Max Milton. If you go watch the Senior Bowl and go look at Max Milton, you tell me what you think. Tell me he wouldn't be the best cornerback on the team right now. Kool-Aid McKinstry, Max Milton, Cooper Dean, Deshaun Cooper DeJong. Tell me they won't be the best cornerback on the team right now. See, having a good tight end, Bassmaster, this is what I was trying to tell Bucs fans. Oh, K-Dot, no. K-Dot is not bad. He's a jag. In today's NFL, your tight end need to be hyper explosive. What about that tight end from Colorado State? I like him. K-Dot is a jag. I mean, literally a definition of a jag. He runs like 3 routes. That's it. He's a straight up and down tight end. He's not he's not hyper athletic explosiveness, right? And he's not terrible. He's kind of like just a guy on the team. Like he's just another guy at tight end that can be upgraded. The tight end position is back. You better have a tight end between 6'3.5" and about 6'5", about 240 pounds, 230, 240, 245. As far as like your explosive tight end, your Y. Yeah. Your tight end that lines up on the outside. Now your inline tight end, you're looking at like a 6'6", 6'5", 6'6" guy. The Gronkowski days are over with. You got to get you a 6'3", 6'4" guy, 250, 240. He said trade Chris Godwin. Supply and demand. Why would you trade? Okay, so if you trade Chris Godwin, what's the compensation? Huh? What's the compensation, fam? You ain't finna get no first round pick. I don't think you're gonna get no second round pick either. He might get a third. Well, can you imagine if the Bucs get 3 third-round picks? Oh, my Lord. Oh, Lord. I'm flying down to Tampa going into the war room. He get 3 third-round picks. I'm like, oh, man. Come on, man. Come on, dog. Yeah, Chris Godwin's story is going to be interesting. The Bucs just paid Mike Evans. His cap hit is big next year. And Chris Godwin's cap hit is $27 million. But my thing is, I brought this up. It doesn't make any sense to me. Business-wise. I love me some Chris Godwin. But business-wise, you paying 2 receivers over $20 million. And your offense is bottom 12 scoring points. Like, what? Chris Godwin is not a $27 million receiver. We know this. Chris Godwin was not a $27 million receiver. Yeah, K Stover's pretty good. K Stover actually is pretty good. I like that Colorado State tight end. He showed his tail off. He's got some hands too. Explosive. I just want somebody explosive at tight end. When the last time we had a good tight end, folks? Cameron Brate. He wasn't explosive. He was just consistent. Just saying. We got to get a tight end, man. Another one. I'm saying, we got K-Dot now. Okay, but we just need another one. You need 2. You need 2. To have versatility in your offensive scheme, you need a couple tight ends. Because you can do so much with tight ends. Mismatch problems, formation, trickery. Like, you can do a lot of stuff. Imbalanced formations. Like, the days of the big, burly, slow tight ends is over with. Mopar Buck voice. Over with. And truth be told, and this is a low-key topic that people don't want to talk about in this draft class, but when it comes to the receiver draft class, this is a pretty deep draft class for receivers. And the Bucs' future at receiver is Trey Palmer. That's it. Who else in line? There was a video one guy put out. I forgot who it was. It's one of them big channels on Twitter, or big pages on Twitter, profiles. He put out Keon Coleman at 26. Keon Coleman, Chris Godwin, and Mike Evans. And they had the highlight tapes of Keon Coleman. I was like, oh. And I looked at the comment section. People was like, we don't need no Keon Coleman. He can't separate. We don't need another guy that can't separate. So you saying Mike Evans can't separate? You saying Chris Godwin can't separate? Okay, cool. We understand that. So you will have a problem with having a guy waiting in the wings of Mike Evans? I'm just throwing it out there. I'm just saying, he was 26 pick Keon Coleman. I'm under the comments. One of the guys made a comment. I was like, it was like Trey Palmer. I was like, Keon Coleman is way better than Trey Palmer. Period. Not even close. So if you're putting your eggs in the basket on Trey Palmer, it's like, you're tripping. Now, if that scenario was happening, that means all the guys the Bucs wanted is off the goddamn board. That means Graham Barton, Powers Johnson, the Wisconsin guard, Jared Verse, Chop Robinson. They all gone before 26. And it's Michael Penix off the board. And everybody going off the board by 26 that the Bucs really need or really wanted. And Keon Coleman sitting there at 26. Would you get mad if the Bucs drafted Keon Coleman? Yeah, Raheem Jarrett. But the thing about it is, none of those guys are Keon Coleman or Xavier Worthy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I hate to say it, but it's just true. None of those guys are elite. None of them have elite ceilings as of right now. Raheem Jarrett is more like a possession receiver to me. I don't like Xavier Legette. I don't like him. They're talking about he gonna be a Debo Samuels. Nah, man. Xavier Legette, the measurables are there, but the tape just don't make any sense to me. I don't like his tape. I don't like Xavier Legette tape. But a lot of receivers in the Bucs got 2 third-round picks. But Tony Franklin, I'm just saying. Let's say we need a number 1 guy. Trey Palmer and Raheem Jarrett are not number 1s. We need an alpha receiver coming up. Chris Godwin possibly can be gone. Chris Godwin can possibly be gone. What are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing at receiver? Happy Easter, John McGee on the 5th degree. On the 5th degree. Third-matic, happy Easter to you, man. Sublime man, happy Easter to you. JR. Happy Easter to you. I don't like Xavier Legette. I don't like his tape. I don't like the tape, dog. I don't like guys like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, man, he tested out really well and all that. I'm like, yeah. Now, he could be a DK Metcalf, but I'm like, something about him just ain't sitting right. Don't like the tape. I might be wrong about him, but I don't like the tape. Even at the Senior Bowl, he made some spectacular catches, but for all that speed, it seemed like he couldn't separate. You got football speed, then you got regular speed. This is why Keon Coleman in the receiver gauntlet, the hands gauntlet, ran the fastest. Puka Nacua did the same thing. He didn't run the fastest 40, but you put him in that receiver gauntlet. Hey, did y'all know Puka Nacua is like 6'1", 205 pounds, a bowling ball at receiver? Is Puka Nacua the number 1 guy in St. Louis? I mean, not St. Louis. Is he the number 1 guy with the Rams? Is Cooper Kupp days of being the number 1 guy is over with? Is Puka Nacua the number 1 receiver in LA for the LA Rams? Puka Nacua, 5th round pick, came out of nowhere. Puka Nacua. I mean, look. Go look at the measurables for DK Metcalf and Xavier Legette. It's almost similar. He could be a DK Metcalf, but because DK Metcalf tested out well, but the tape was still iffy. Like, because at Ole Miss it was like, what's going on here? Like, that's why he went in the 2nd round. Of course now, high in sight, he should have been a 1st round pick, but he's a hyper athletic guy, 6'3", 220 pounds, running 4.3 something. Big guy, got hands. Why is he going in the 2nd round? Tape. Xavier Legette, he checks all the boxes. His criteria wise, he checks all the boxes. But he's not going in the 1st round. Tape. If Cooper Kupp get healthy, Cooper Kupp's still a beast now. Let's not forget that. But yeah, I think Puka Nacua is that guy. Dang, man. Can you imagine the Bucs? Look, Trey Palmer, I need for him to up his catches about 50, 60 catches. Raheem Jarrett needs to get about 40. But that takes away from Chris Godwin and Mike Evans. So as long as Mike Evans here, Trey Palmer's ceiling is low. This is why it wouldn't be a problem only if all the people are going off the board for the Bucs. Only if everybody's off the board. Look, I'm gonna tell you right now, when it comes to the 1st round, would y'all trip about the Bucs using swapping the 26th pick one of those third-round picks and a sixth-round pick to go up into the top 20, top 15, would y'all be mad at that? Would y'all be mad at that? Swap first-round picks, you give up a third-round pick and a fifth-round pick or sixth-round pick to go up to like 16 to make sure you get your guy. Would y'all be mad at that? Would y'all be okay with that? Would you? If Jason Light do a little wheeling and dealing, going up in the draft to go get Jackson Powers Johnson or Graham Barton, just to make sure you get that interior guy? Because it's gonna be like sweating bullets. Let's be real. We're gonna be sweating bullets. We all gonna be sweating bullets. I'm gonna be sweating bullets. We all gonna be sweating bullets. Because I don't think Jared Verse gonna be there at 26. I'm gonna be real with y'all. Chop Robinson might be there at 26, but I don't see Jared Verse being there at 26. I don't see it. Because once Dallas Turner come off the board and Latui and Jared Verse sitting there, teams are gonna be like, okay, we can't get Dallas Turner, so let's get these two. I don't think Jared Verse gonna be sitting there at 26. If that's what you're banking on, good luck. What about Darius Robinson? He's not bad. The Missouri guy. I think I like his tape. Okay. I will say this though, anybody that the Bucs do pick up, you're right, it needs to be an upgrade. Anybody I don't care who they pick up, as long as it's an upgrade. Let's keep it real. Like let's not sugarcoat this now. Let's not sugarcoat the realness. You feel me? Anybody the Bucs get is an upgrade. Let's be real now. Let's be real. Anybody will be an upgrade. Any position that the Bucs can fill will be an upgrade for the team. That's the beauty part about it. What? So that was what, 5:33? 6:33. So that was an hour and 30 or 50, yeah. Hour and 50. Why does my stomach hurt? I'm just saying. Yeah, Quinton Mitchell is really good. I like that, Ryan Howard. I like what your prospects for the Bucs. All those guys you named, Ryan Howard, Happy Easter to you, will be excellent for the Bucs. Immediate day one starters. Like, no question, no nothing, no comment. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't even mad at you. Like, all those guys will be immediate upgrades right away. Peyton Wilson, man, that's a sleeper from NC State, the linebacker. He ran a 4.4 and some change, bro, and he's really good. Peyton Wilson, dog, like, I like that. That's a sleeper one. Adrian Cooper, I like that too. I like Adrian Cooper. Peyton Wilson is a sleeper pick, folks. At 26, that's a steal. Now, he's a definitely position need because Levante David won't be back next year. This is his farewell tour. And Peyton Wilson would not be a bad pick. Like, people might get upset. You're like, oh, man, we need an interior lineman. I'm just saying, if a scenario presents itself that all those guys are gone, Peyton Wilson sitting there and Levante David on his last year, Devin White gone, and we got Cam, we got KJ Britt, we don't know. I don't know. Yeah, Ryan Howard. That's some good prospects for the Bucs. He said Quinton Mitchell. To get Quinton Mitchell, I'm going to go in the top 15. Yeah, I think Darius Robinson, Missouri D lineman. I keep talking about him because his tape is he's on the way up. He might be there in the second round. He'll be there at 26, but he'll be there in the second round maybe. Darius Robinson, look at that. He's 6'5", 290 pounds, can play inside or outside. Like, he remind me of Lawrence, DeMarcus Lawrence, the Cowboys number 90 Lawrence, DeMarcus Lawrence. He remind me of him. Go back and look at the tape, man. 6'5", 290 pounds. And they had him playing as a 5 technique and a 4-3 in Missouri. Rushing from the outside. That big? And then he went from the inside to the outside. So he can play the inside and the outside. So he can play the 5 technique. He can play the 0 tech on pass rushing situations. He can play a 4-3 D tackle. He can play a wide 9. Because he got long arms, too. Long arms. And you, as a defensive end, when you got that wingspan, oh my Lord, you'll make it hell for tackles. And they'll line him up on his right side, which is going against left tackles because he's so long. Got a wingspan of like 80-something inches. And he agile. He might not be the fastest in the 40, but his 10-yard split and his, you could see like, man, this dude can be really good. Like, if he played like that at Missouri, you could see his trajectory, right? You could see it like, and I mentioned this weeks ago, folks. I mentioned Darius Robinson weeks ago. I'm like, I'm just saying, watch the Ravens get him. Watch the Ravens get Darius Robinson. Watch. And if you watch Darius Robinson at the Senior Bowl, you tell me if you don't want that guy. First or second round pick. Because he's not going to last to the third round. Go watch his Senior Bowl tape. He dominated everybody. Bruh. He bigger than JPP. Size-wise. Y'all tell me if y'all don't want Darius Robinson on y'all team. Y'all tripping. Let's keep it real with y'all, man. That dude's gonna be a pro. I mean, watch the Ravens get him. Watch the Ravens get Darius Robinson. Watch. Put him up there with Travis Jones. I'm like, oh my gosh. and we quit. So that dude got like an 80-something inch reach. Like, dude, arms is super long. The Bucs need so much help on that D line, man. Despite having Vita and Diaby and Classic Clancy, it's like the Bucs still need some more help on the D line. To go with Clancy, dog, and Diaby. We on our way, folks. If we get the right guys. We on our way. The Bucs just got to get the right guys. That's all. Can't be messing around. Get the guys that make sense. Oh, you got a rice kicker. Oh, rice cake maker. Those cars be so funny. Those loud cars. They think they be doing something too. I'm just saying. A lot of good guys out there, man. I really like this draft. I don't know about y'all, but I like this draft. Oh my Lord. Hitting bumps and everything. I like the draft, folks. I don't know about y'all. Oh yeah, Robinson will be there at 26. He'll be there in the second round too. Oh, are they not having? Mm-hmm. Yeah, he'll be there in the second round. The question is, he'll be there at 26. The question is, will the Bucs put some draft capital into him? I mean, he'll be there. Now, I don't know about late second round. Oh, Muhammad Kamara, Colorado State. Yeah, I like him. You know what? Third round pick, man. Muhammad Kamara. I seen him at Colorado State. I seen him. I seen that game. I was like, who? That's what introduced me to him. I was like, who is this guy? He like 6'2", 250 pounds, but he got long arms. I was watching that game. I was like, who is this number? Who is this guy? This dude all over the place. Yeah, Baltimore gonna get Darius Robinson. Watch. Like, no, they gonna get Darius Robinson. Darius Robinson. No. They keep doing this. That's why they keep doing this. No Braylon Trice, man. No way. Jason Light love him some Washington. He got a thing for Washington. Now, if you get anybody from Washington, I like Jalen Pope, the receiver. I like him. I like Jalen Pope. You know, I like him. I like who else I like? Like Penix. Outside of those guys, you don't touch neither one of them dudes. Mm-mm. 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 No way. Mm. All right, Cooper BB nice. He nice. Yeah, Cooper BB nice. I like Cooper BB. I like him. Kansas State guard. So anybody we get is an instant starter. Let's just keep that real. The center from Georgia. Happy easy to you, Trey Trill G boy. Too. I like this draft. I love this draft class, man. This draft class gonna be good. I don't know about y'all. This draft class gonna be good. Now, do you take Cooper BB at 26? Is that too high? Oh, Van Fran? Yeah, he'll be there. What about Guyton, the tackle? No, it's gonna be so many guys at 26. How can you mess this up? Like seriously, at 26, do you know how many guys gonna be available at 26? Sitting right there. So many. It's gonna be like 10 guys when the Bucs come at Tampa Bay Buccaneers is on the clock with pick 26. You're gonna look at the board. You're gonna be like, oh Lord, get one. Oh, Cameron Kitchens. Yeah, I like him. Cameron Kitchens. No, but we picked up Jordan Whitehead, so we're not gonna get Cameron Kitchens. I was looking at him in later rounds, but we can't draft for safety now because we can, but we got Jordan Whitehead, so it's like, dang, we can't draft one of them young safeties, so it is what it is. Said Diddy Bop. Happy Easter to you, Vincent. Dog, when it comes to the pick 26, man, if we're gonna sit there, we're gonna be sitting there like kids in the candy store, like, oh my gosh, get him. It's gonna be an argument on who the Bucs should draft at pick 26 because when you look at the board who's still available, you're gonna be like, oh, this is a no-brainer. Some people gonna say get a center, some people say get a guard, some people gonna say edge. It doesn't matter. One of those picks gonna have to happen. And here's the thing about it: at pick 26, everybody focuses on the first round, but focus on the first 3 rounds. Don't focus on just the first round because if you don't get the guy that you want the Bucs to get right at 26, as long as he's a starter, and then you double back in the second round, guys gonna be right there. And then you got 2 more times in the third round. So if the Bucs don't draft a pass rusher at 26, okay, they draft the O lineman, interior. Okay, cool. Second round pick, D lineman. It's like a no brainer. So either however you want the order to go, all these guys y'all naming, they all make sense. Everybody y'all naming makes sense to the Bucs. And it's all a position of need. None of these guys that y'all naming are like, man, we don't need that guy. Because you can make an argument for everybody y'all name. You can make an argument the Bucs should draft him. Penix, Trey Benson, Muhammad Kamara, Kate Stover, Jackson Powers Johnson, Graham Barton, Cooper Beebe. All these guys y'all naming, Xavier Worthy, Keon Coleman. There is a legit reason. It's a legit reason why the Bucs should draft them. Johnny Newton too. That's too high for Johnny Newton. Max Milton. Max Milton is my guy. Latu ain't gonna be there at 26. I don't think so. I don't know why people keep thinking that these guys are gonna be sitting there at 26. Those two, like Dallas Turner, Jared Versey, and Latu. Nah, man, they ain't gonna be there, man. Now, Chop Robinson will probably be there at 26. Yeah, Nate Wiggins was real light. He was real light. Yeah, Johnny Newton, that's too high. That's too high for Johnny Newton. Second or third round's cool. Yeah, Nate Wiggins was super light. But he like 6 foot. Happy Easter to you, Michael Smiley. Now, if Latutu, if he's there, I'm like, wow, okay, cool, take him, right? He like 6'3", 4. I mean, if Latu is there, I mean, like, okay, take him. I ain't against that. Don't argue with me. I ain't against it. I'm just saying. I'm just thinking that those guys will be gone already. We need an SEC. Vincent, you wild, man. Yeah, Latu, he's tall. He's like 6'4", something like that. Long wingspan. Like, shit. I like guys with long wingspan on the edge. Like Darius Robinson, Latutu. Jared Versey got long wing. No, I swear to God. Jared Versey, I swear to God, I thought he was like 6'4". And like, I thought he was huge. I thought that guy was big. Is it me? Or I'm the only one that thought like that? I thought Jared Versey was a bigger dude. That dude played big. Just make an SEC. He said, just make an SEC. I know, right? Like, just get an SEC guy, man. Cut the nonsense, man. Oh, is it me or Jared Versey? I thought he was a big dude. I thought he was like 6'4", 6'5", the way he played. I thought he was a deep tackle on there. He did the measurements on Jared Versey. I was like 6'2" and some change, 6'3", 250 pounds. He played bigger than that. And he got long arms. Miles Murphy. No, later rounds. I mean, I'm optimistic of the draft class being pretty good, man. Like, cause the reason why I'm optimistic about this is because it's too many guys that's good. In the first 3 rounds, it's too many. Too many. We might get a SWAC guy. What's wrong with a SWAC? As long as he's good, don't do SWAC like that, man. Don't do HBCUs like that, man. Don't do me like that. Don't do HBCU like that, man. Talking about SWAC guy. What be talking about SWAC guy like that, man? Put down here, man. talking like that, man. What about Lad McConkey? Would y'all be okay with Lad McConkey? Bucs life. Happy Easter to you, man. Would y'all be cool with Lad McConkey? Don't do me like that. Oh boy, Jason, like, boy, you know what I'm saying? Like, you better not do me like that. Get your money up. Lad McConkey at 26. Ooh, that dude can separate. They say he got Antonio Brown syndrome. You can get in and out of breaks. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. What y'all think? It's gonna be a fun draft, man. I ain't gonna hold y'all on that. It's gonna be a fun draft, man. What y'all hoping for? What y'all hoping for? What's y'all perfect scenario? Oh yeah, draft class deep. Oh yeah, this draft is deep. It's deep, baby, deep. You'll trade the 26th pick and get 3 third-rounders? They're smoking weed. I think Versa be gone. I don't know why. I just think that I think he gonna go higher than what y'all think he gonna go. Y'all think he gonna be sitting there at 26? I don't know. Hope the Bucs draft a tackle. I don't know why y'all think Verse gonna be sitting there at 26. I mean, if he do, okay, that's cool, but I don't see it happening, man. I just don't see it. He too good, man. Too good. He too good. I don't know why y'all think he gonna be sitting there at 26. A talent like that, can't let him drop. If he dropped us, we gotta steal. Shoot, if he dropped us, we gotta steal. That's keeping it real. Look, Jared Versey fought us, man. We gotta steal. Y'all know that. I hope he fought us, but I'm just putting my money where the talent at. The talent never falls that far. Like they can overlook some things. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know how this works. I'm just saying, if it happens, it happens. If he fought us, we good. We gotta steal. Jared Versey at 26. Jared Versey at 26. I'm with that. But anyway, folks. I reached my destination. I enjoyed my time with you guys. My time is up. Shouts out to all the Pies and Sea Bandits. Thank y'all for joining. this episode of Bucos Locker Room Talk Draft Class. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be fun, folks. Let's make it happen. You know, I'll be dropping some videos this month. I got a couple more weeks of school left, so I'll be dropping some more videos. And we're gonna have some fun with this draft prospect conversation. We're gonna open up the locker room. We're gonna talk that draft talk. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna talk that draft talk. Al Bundy, happy Easter to you. So with that being said, fire those cannons, seize the day, raise the flag. Hashtag optimism. Hashtag trenches matter. Hashtag facts over feelings. Hashtag why. Hashtag what are we doing? Hashtag don't get mad at me. Hashtag probability versus possibility. Hashtag reality of the optimism. Optimistic, right? I'll see y'all soon. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all Easter. Be safe out there. Bucos Locker, signing out.